This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. The band is the Agony, an all-female foursome from Prague in the Czech Republic. Since 2013, the Agony have released 3 albums and 2 EPs, played numerous club gigs and slots at huge festivals, like the main stage at the Masters of Rock Festival. They've toured Europe and opened for international artists like the Scorpions at Prague's largest indoor venue, the O2 Arena. Also, Girlschool, Loudness. The Agony's latest album, Rising, was released in April of 2023 to celebrate the band's 10th anniversary. The band has been touring, promoting that album in the Czech Republic, Europe, and the UK. They were over the last 2 years. The Agony are Nikola, Martina, Domi, and Petra. I'm joined by Nikki right now. Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast.
Hello, Steve. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, so the band now is what? You're up to 12 years together this year, since 13. How did the band get together originally?
Well, one great day I had the idea of actually forming an all-female band, so I just started to search for girls in Prague who had this mindset and happened to be good musicians, and gradually it just came together quite naturally, I must say. And I was lucky; it didn't even take that much time, so that's good.
How did you start playing music? Was music in your family?
Yes, my father is a guitarist. Well, I just I keep saying is a guitarist, but I can't get used to the fact that he died 2 months ago. My dad
Oh,
was a
sorry.
guitarist, and he actually was the one who brought me to music. He was brilliant, and growing up, I had music all around me, so it was just natural that I kind of went in his footsteps and picked up the guitar myself at the age of 13. I was a huge Kiss fan.
Mm.
And then I started to listen to Girlschool and all these bands, and it was very inspiring. So that's how I actually got into it all and songwriting and everything.
Talked about some of the bands you opened for at some festivals too. What was it like opening for the Scorpions?
Oh, it was massive. It was
Mm.
absolutely massive. I think musically the best experience of my life, all our lives, really. Also because it was obviously in Prague's biggest indoor venue in front of 18,000 people. So it was massive. And we found that actually we didn't mind playing arenas at all. We had 30 minutes, it was really good. The response was brilliant, and we actually got to meet the Scorpions themselves as well. And they were really, really nice to us. So great experience all around. Dream come true.
How is the metal scene, the hard rock scene in the Czech Republic?
I would say very divided, thriving, but very divided because in here we have language problems. So basically, a lot of bands here sing in our native language, which is Czech.
Mm.
And we don't happen to be one of those bands. And it just seems to be like there's a small local scene of bands who play in Czech, and they get to be quite massive because people can understand what they're saying. They come to see them on large tours in large venues, and they get commercial success, but here only, in this country only. If you happen to be a band who's singing English, then basically you have a problem, at least on this scene, because less people come see you because they don't understand what you're saying, right?
Mm.
So it is an advantage. You can go to Europe, go to places, but in here you will always be in a little bit of disadvantage, really. So I would say divided.
You are performing at the Den Rock Zena Festival with Hellcats and also Restore. That is Saturday, March 8th. Is this your first time playing this festival?
Yes, it is going to be our first time in Slovenia as well. So it's very exciting. We can't wait for that. As you can see, they're actually looking for me from work. Oh dear. Anyway, we're looking forward to that because the girls from Hellcats actually approached us. So I think that's really good for us because we've heard of them, obviously. And I think it's very flattering. They actually approached us for this festival. So we're looking forward to some proper all-female party. We're looking forward to seeing Ljubljana for the first time and see what the fans are like, what the parties are like. We're looking forward to the experience.
What's the best thing about playing live?
The excitement and the energy. You give the energy comes back to you. I think you've already interviewed a lot of people, a lot of musicians. I bet they all told you the same. It's basically the never ending process of giving and receiving energy, the adrenaline, and also the blessing of being able to be on that stage and play live. Because you remember during COVID, we all happened to be very limited, and I don't take it for granted anymore. So every time I'm on that stage with my guitar, playing the songs I wrote, with the band, with my friends, my best friends all around me, and playing in front of the audience, it's a blessing.
Again, they're playing at the Dan Roxina Festival with Hellcats and Restore in Slovenia. That is on March 8th. Let's talk about new music, Nikki. You working on some new music? Possible EP or album coming at some point this year, maybe?
I think this year we're just going to focus on a couple of singles, because it's been 2 years since we recorded Rising, the 10th anniversary record. And yeah, time flies. It's been a long time already. I've been writing some songs, but we need to give it some structure, and we need to make sure that we progress, because Rising is going to be quite hard one to top, at least from our perspective. So we need to make sure, we want to make sure that whatever new music we put out is going to be better. It's going to sound better. It's going to be better arranged. It's going to have better vibe. And Rising really is a high bar for us to overcome. So this year, a couple of singles, and hopefully next year we could be looking at another album.
Do you do most of the songwriting?
If I do demos?
All the songwriting. Do you do most of it in the band?
Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah. Yes, I do. And it's not because the other girls wouldn't be capable or I would ban them from writing. It's just I enjoy it. I love it. I couldn't be without it. And it was the reason why I actually stuck with the guitar in the first place, because all from the moment since I first learned the first couple of chords, I realized I could write songs. And it was a whole new world opening up for me. And to this day, every time I get to sit down with my guitar and start writing and demoing, because I've got I record my demos in Logic Pro. Every time I get to do that, I'm absolutely happy in my own little world. And then to rehearse and bring those songs to stage with the band is amazing. So songwriting is my thing.
Mm. Have you ever toured the US?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I heard some of the artists I've had on here say, even I was interviewing an artist from the US the other day, and she said that it's just very hard, really costly. She prefers to tour Europe.
Yes, and I suppose it's the same way for us in Europe wanting to tour America. My friends in Girlschool, they just did a massive American tour last year. And it's just the cost of everything and the bureaucracy of everything, getting the right visas, transport costs, accommodation, everything is just so expensive these days. And then you don't get that many people coming to see you, because obviously the scene in the US is very saturated. There's a lot of competition, and people on any given day, they can practically decide if they want to see a massive sports event or a massive music event, or just stay home, watch Netflix. So it's different these days. And I don't blame these bands. They actually don't want to come over and take the risk and end up in red numbers, because it could kill you as a band practically, financially.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite country to perform in so far?
I've always loved the UK. I mean, no offense to you guys in America, but I cannot really compare because I've never played there. But Britain for me is number one, really. I've played London numerous times. I've played north of England, and it's brilliant. People are just, it's my kind of scene.
Do you hear from a lot of fans in the US?
Actually, yes, we do. I would say we do have a fan base of some American fans. And actually, when we started off as a band, we had a really massive fan from Texas. His name is Mark. And he was the first guy who actually started the first official fan club kind of sort of thing. So yeah, it's great. I still remember him fondly. I will never forget Texas because of that, because of him.
What's the first
Where are you
concert?
based, actually?
What's that?
Steve, where are you based?
I'm in the US. I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right.
Yes,
So do you actually follow ice hockey?
I do. Yes, I do.
All right. So you know Martin Netjes, who used to play for Hurricanes, right?
Oh,
The Czech
yes.
guy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. He's from our country.
I grew up in the New York area, and I'm a lifelong New York Islanders fan. That's my team in the NHL. Yeah.
Nice one. Good
Yeah.
one. All right.
First concert you ever went to?
Oh, oh my goodness. Do you mean international band?
International band.
Hmm. I think that would be. I'm not really proud of that, but my stepfather, he's a massive fan of Manowar.
Mm.
So he took me when I was, I think, 14 or something like that. So they probably would have been my first massive show. And then Kiss when I was 15, and then it just went on and on. So, but that would be the first one.
Who are you liking right now? Any bands you're listening to and liking?
Oh my God, yeah. I love Royal Republic. These guys are from Sweden. Really funny, really catchy music, really great sound. So these guys are my top of the list for some time now, actually. I love Pretty Reckless,
Mm.
Hailstorm,
Mm.
Biffy Clyro, Foo Fighters, obviously. And then I've got my, OGs kind of list of bands like obviously Kiss and Girlschool and Metallica and Motley Crue, these guys. But I try to be, because that's what my dad always used to say, you have to try and be current. Mind you, he was the one playing in the 80s and everything else, and he loved that music, but he
Mm.
always wanted to listen to modern bands and see what he could take from that. And he always encouraged me to try and stay current. So that's what I try to do now.
She is Nikki. The band is The Agony. Their website is theagony.cz. And fans can connect with you on social too. You're on all the social platforms as well.
That's right.
All
Yeah.
right. And they will be, if you're in the area, if you're in Slovenia, next Saturday, the 8th, March 8th, at the Dan Rock Zena Festival with Hellcats and Restore. Restore's from Serbia. Have you played with Restore before?
No, we're going to have a lot of first times next
Yeah.
Saturday. We're really looking forward to meeting the girls.
All right. At the Dan Rock Zena Festival. Nikki from The Agony. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much. Have a good one.
You too. And this is the Metal Queens podcast. And hit the subscribe button. I'm Steve Richards.